major contact or anything that may have broken a little bit later on. This was wild and willing at the hairpin. Donis was in shot but not involved. He's got a twin brother, Troy, racing in this one as well. But everyone seems to agree. He's closing in on Nathan Printing. They've just dropped up the tail of this group. Ryle Harris is through to third. Kim Jane's off in the fence and around he goes. And that's not the place to park. They'll go left and right. He needs to get out of there as quick as he can, and he does. Lucky.
Yeah, that looked very nasty. I think Kim actually got helped on the way in there. It looked like whoever was behind him has got into the back of him going in there, and I don't think Kim's going to be too happy about that one.
He's okay, though. The car has been hit from pillar to post. And that's such a shame for the veteran of the category. He was 10th in the championship last year, had an accident at Darwin that really brought their season undone. Let's have a look again. Into the chicane, it was a little bit narrow. Harris was in front. He picked up third spot. He's just clipped that tyre bundle on the way through. Look at the left front. It's broken.
So
when it's landed and got to the next part of the corner, he's had no chance. Anyway, he hit it that hard that it was already out of control. And then Chris Walton was the next car on the way through that... Not really his fault. He was just close behind and in the vicinity.
No, as you said, it broke the front left suspension on Kim's car on the way in, and look, the hit from Chris Walton just kind of finished it off for him.
And he had the presence of mind. He ended up bouncing back into the middle of the road, but he just had to edge it across to get out of the way because it's a blind approach there into the chicane for the other guy. Sure, there were yellow flags quickly on display. This is in car. There was already debris flying out the side. Wham!
With breaking the front left suspension, even if it had have landed and been straight, there's no way it was obviously going to then be able to make the next part of the corner. So unfortunately for Kim, he was just a passenger from that point.
And look at this. Whoa, Elliot Barber did a good job. Ryan Hansford did a good job as well. And Kim...
Very well behaved. There's been some really good, solid racing. And as you said...
I told you, don't say it. That's Troy Donis, the twin brother of Craig in the Thirsty Camel car that we saw earlier on, and he's ended up... Now, he's got damage to the left front. I guess he's done the same thing as Kim Jane, hit the tyre button.
He's done a Kim...
You need to cover your line at the last corner because these guys will do anything.
Yeah, look, that was maybe a slightly ambitious move by Ryle down the inside there. Here we have a replay of what happened earlier, and yeah, same thing. He's obviously turned in a little bit early, as you said, maybe a little bit blind being behind a car in front, and this is exactly the same thing that happened to Kim Jane.
Troy Donis ends up in the fence at the turn 2 element of the centre chicane. You can see already the left front damage. That's why it wasn't steering, and that's why it was heading towards the wall. You'll notice too the Yokohama treaded tyre that they backside through the first chicane.
Great start from Fisher, but Pretty's not ready to give it up yet. He's fought hard for his position. Oh, Noonan around into the turn 2.
And that's not me, that's Rhett Noonan. He gets cleaned up on the way through. And that was Richard Bloomfield, who's knocked the left front off the 57 car.
Broken suspension all over the place, panels flying. This is a Ute race.
Pace is still running with the front runners. Troy Donis has got more dramas. He had problems in race 1 on Friday.
One of our local drivers, he was really looking forward to this race, for sure.
Have a look at this for a replay. Oh, gotta help. I ducked.
You and me both, Moons.
You fire 31 Utes into the first chicane on the Rare Spares replay, and not all of them make it through with the grille facing forwards, and that is the spinning Rhett Noonan, and we're watching the time screen. Ryle Harris slipping down the timing screen, so I dare say he might have some damage from earlier on. Troy Donis right front is, you know, he was here for the first Adelaide Grand Prix. I had to go through the stats books. 3rd in the touring car race in a BMW. This is not good. Cam Wilson has had a spin on the exit of turn 9. One of the big gun Falcons.
Straight into reverse, flicks the J-turn. You know, Cam's had a pretty up and down weekend, and well, it looks like it's not getting any better for him at the moment.
He's previously been the lead engineer for that team. He had a race on the Gold Coast last year and won it. And
beat me.
And has now stepped in this season.
I was trying to pass him for the last 4 laps, you know. He had that thing, the thing was as wide as a dump truck.
I think he cut the chicane a couple of times just quietly as well. Let's have a look at the replay. It's a DIY, or has Craig Donis assisted here? I'd say he has. Bang. Where's the touch?
You know, Cameron sort of did that to himself. He was a little bit wide, turned in on Craig, in my opinion. So, look, you know, it's a... just no room. 2 into 1 doesn't go there.
Interesting to see what Paul Stokel and race control will make of that. Just hearing too that Ryan Hansford will pick up a post-race 5-second penalty applied to his race time for a jump start infringement, so he sits third on the road, but that will obviously change. Boy, David Cedars using all of the road. He got the mirror.
He's not short of commitment, as he missteps earlier on in the weekend. Oh, as he goes wide, Charlie's on the inside. Teammates, 2 FW1 cars out of the last turn. Big drag race down to turn 1.
Gee, if that's how your teammate treats you, I'd hate to see how you go with the rivals.
Well, how about Walton and Hansford?
Well, yeah,
in race 2, same thing.
They had contact yesterday.
We've got a bit of history going on this weekend. Seems like there's some red mist coming down in the air.
Every man for themselves is the Ute motto, and certainly that's what they're doing at the moment.
Not wrong.
Pretty stretching the margin, George. 1.4 seconds back to Andrew Fisher. Hansford next, of course, with that 5-second penalty hanging over his race time. This is Cedars. He was wide and deep in. Charlie sees a gap. He's sliding as well. There goes some glass.
Charlie back on the gas, big drift, you know. He knows these things. He races them really well, as we see a move with Fisher.
Oh, that was Hansford trying to get a move at turn 4. Didn't get in the gap.
Great recovery by Fisher.
Yeah, very easily could have looped it around there. But Pretty's got away. He's building the margin. It's
looks like Elliott's might have missed a gear there as the rookies are back in action again.
This might explain Peter Burnett. Yes, it will. He's done what Kim Jane did on Friday and jagged that tyre bundle, and it's just ripped the left front out of that car.
Oh, just painful to watch, isn't it? You know, when those tyres grab that big bundle there, as we see another series rookie, Stephen White Dog White, in the background of that shot.
That looks expensive either way. Lucky it's not us paying.